Welcome, Doctor Dinamite here. Today I will present 20 creepiest things a child can say to the parents. Mommy, why is that lady from the cemetery sitting in my room? One day my daughter saw me getting dry skin off my shoulder after a bad sunburn, and she asked me if she could keep my skin flakes and put them in a jar, so when I die, she can make a mummy mask and remember me always. Mommy, I catch the water of Daddy's penis in the shower. My 3-year-old daughter said, "You're the best mommy I have had so far." And I said, "I'm the only mommy you have had." And she walked away and she said, "That's what all the other mommies said too." About 2 months ago, my 6-year-old son says, "Mommy, when you die, I will put you in a glass box on my dining room table. And don't worry, I will make sure my wife knows how to dust you so you don't get dirty." My ex's son gave me a hug, looked up to me and said, "I hope it hurts when you die." I was tucking in my 2-year-old son. He said, "Goodbye, Dad." And I said, "No, we say goodnight." And he said, "I know, but this time it's goodbye." Child says to father, "Daddy, I love you so much that I want to cut your head off and carry it around so I can see your face whenever I want." My niece was sitting on the couch one day with a weird look on her face, and her mom asked her what was she thinking about, and she said, "I'm imagining the waves of blood rushing all over me." My 4-year-old son walked into my room one day casually and said to me, "When you die, I promise I'll take you to the graveyard and throw dirt on you." A friend's daughter, 3 years old at the time, told my friend in a very quiet voice, "I will put a towel over your face and send you to live with Jesus." My little brother said something once to my grandma, "I like this mommy better than my last mommy. My last mommy locked me up in a room and I drank some paint and I died." My 3-year-old son is a very happy child. Sometimes he's cuddling with me and he will say very serious, "Mommy, I promise I won't ever chew on your bones. I really promise." My 5-year-old asked me one day, "What do you see through the black circles in my eyes when you are controlling me while I'm at school?" My brother was sleepwalking one night and my mom was trying to convince him to get back into bed, and when he said, "I would, but the devil is right behind you." Before I was born here, I had a sister. Her and my other mom are so old now. They were okay when the car was on fire, but sure I wasn't. One day my 5-year-old daughter said to me, "Daddy, when can we get rid of that kid hanging in my closet?" And I asked her, what was she talking about? And she told me about a teenage boy who was hanging by a belt around his neck in her closet. I went to her closet and there was nothing there. And she said, "He's only here when you're not around." My 5-year-old handed me a rock and said, "You can use this for your grave." My daughter had an imaginary friend named Sally. She told me once about how Sally was in jail for chopping her mom's head off. I'm a school teacher, and an 8-year-old student I used to teach had a hard time with eye contact. He looked me straight in the eye one morning, not missing a beat, and told me, "You know, I think you'd look a lot better if you're dead in my basement." Are you creeped up by now? I surely am. Thanks for watching. Dr. Dinamite, over.